before that, you never really envisioned this career for you. So going through that development, what was that like for you on a personal level then, becoming kind of a musician by being thrown into the fire?
Yeah, quite stressful. Yeah, trial by fire, a lot of imposter syndrome. Each gig, I would go on stage and it felt like, wow, got away with that one. And it's like, let's party, you know. And the next day it's like, I got away with it again, you know. But yeah, it was a long time. It was a few years before I really settled into the idea to be comfortable, you know, on stage with the bass and feel like I could handle situations, you know, like mistakes or whatever that came along. I mean, yeah, there were a few hairy moments, let's say, in the first couple of years for me personally.
What was one that stuck out then? Well, let's do both a highlight and a low light of kind of that period.
All right. Summer 2004, we are appearing on the stage at Glastonbury, biggest festival in the UK, maybe biggest festival in the world. So this has been in the calendar for 6 months. It's a festival I've been aware of since I was a teenager. It's a huge cultural thing in the UK. So obviously I was nervous about that. Getting closer and closer and closer. I get the week before, I get a new bass, a second-hand new to me bass in Sweden. So holding it's Rickenbacker 4001, playing it, and Top of the Pops are going to be filming Take Me Out to broadcast live while we're playing it. There's a helicopter that they've brought to in the sky. We all know it's coming in the set. So I'm already on, you know, I'm pretty on edge because I'm playing Glastonbury. And then as Take Me Out's coming closer in the set, okay, now it's Take Me Out. And we go, the helicopter's there, all the cameramen have come on stage, and it gets to the stabs and there's no noise coming out of my bass. And we have a new tech who started that day. He runs over, he's changing leads, changing tuners, blah, 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 blah. And then he's, what the hell is this? Looks at my bass, there's a little switch, he switches, and he starts playing because it was a pickup change and one of the pickups was broken, and I didn't even know it was a pickup switch. And it was absolutely one of the low points of, it was the pressure of being live on television. The BBC have like hired a helicopter to film us. It's being live on national television. I was mortified. I came on stage, I went to the tour bus and I was broke down in tears. I was just devastated.
Let's take that moment then where you say it's one of the low points. When did you feel comfortable, and when could you let those kind of things go then?
Well, I slowly trained myself through, I guess I discovered like stoicism kind of like by accident. About almost like I would get things in perspective. Like, you know, I'd say, well, you know,
Marcus Aurelius,
yeah. Subsequently, I went to read the Stoics after, but I kind of arrived there sort of independently in many ways. I kind of developed this way of thinking where instead of getting nervous about a show, I would just see I had one thing to do, which was to go on stage and play the bass. And then Alex had to go on stage and play his part. Paul had to go on stage and do his bit. Nick had to do his bit. Our sound engineer had to make sure everything was mic'd up and was mixed nicely. A lighting engineer had to make sure that he was doing his little bit. And then I would expand it and say, well, people in the crowd, you know, they've got to be there and be open to have a good time. So they're doing a job. And I just kind of broke it down in my mind that everyone involved in the whole show was just doing their own small thing to make it happen. And I was just another little cog. And that completely disarmed it for me. I was like, okay, I can do that. I'll just do my bit. If everyone else agrees to do what they're going to do, I'll do what I need to do.